Assalamu alaikum dear students. So let's continue our chapter, that is magnetic fields due to electric current, and inshallah today's lecture will be part 13 and part 14 of the same chapter. So as we had seen in the last video lecture, we had derived a formula that was for the axial magnetic field produced by a current in a circular loop, and this was the formula that we have derived. This is the magnitude of the magnetic field due to current I in the loop of radius r on a point at P on the z-axis of the loop. That's why it is Bz. Now next to that, the topic that we are having today is the magnetic lines for a current loop. Now, as we know that the magnetic field at a point P on the axis is given by the equation, which is Bz is equal to mu naught I r square upon 2 z square plus r square raised 3 by 2. Now here you can see this diagram. A current I is flowing in the ring, in a circle, in a loop, as you can see here, and the magnetic lines of force, as we know that magnetic field will be produced at different point on the current on the loop. So as you can see here, the direction of the magnetic lines of force. Now magnetic lines, as you can see, one is the clockwise, another is anti-clockwise, some is straight. Okay, so this is how we can easily understand it with the help of right hand thumb rule that I will explain you later on. First, with the help of this equation, we can find the magnetic field at the center of the loop by putting z is equal to 0 in the above equation. So when we put z is equal to 0 in the above equation, so finally we will have B0 is equal to mu naught I upon 2r. So labeled is as equation number 1. Now if we are having coil, so but obvious there must be number of turns of the coil, and we know that the number of turn of the coil is denoted by capital N. So for a coil of n turns, so this equation number 1 will become B is equal to mu naught N I upon 2R. So this is the magnetic field at the center of the loop. These two equation. One is for simple, if we are having n number of turns, so it will become mu naught Ni upon 2R, that is equation number 2. Now let's see here the magnetic field lines from a circular loop are here, as you can see in the diagram, the left side of the diagram. Now the direction of the field is as per the right hand thumb rule. As I have already explained you, many times I have explained you the right hand thumb rule. Curl the palm of your right hand along the circular wire, as you can see the right hand side of the diagram in the diagram. Curl the palm of your right hand along the circular wire with the fingers in the direction of the current. The stretched right hand thumb then gives the direction of the magnetic field, as you can see in the right side of the diagram. Thus the upper part of the loop is seen in this diagram may be regarded as the north pole and the lower part as the south pole of a bar magnet. So hope you will understand Here you can take a ring, you can put your right hand according to the right hand thumb rule, and you can easily find the direction of the current and the magnetic field. So you will have you can see the direction of the magnetic field clockwise and the anti-clockwise, so it will be very easy to understand it. Now the circular loop carrying a current as a magnetic dipole. Now as we have already derived the formula for the axial, then we have just now we have obtained the formula for the magnetic field at the center of the loop. Now we have to find the formula for the again circular loop but carrying a current as a magnetic dipole. Now what is the effect of magnetic dipole here? So again we can recall this diagram. Yes, this diagram is for, it was for the axial magnetic field. Yes, so what we have to do here, we have to keep the z at distance z from the loop along its axis. Okay, now if z is much greater than r, now what is r here? R was the radius of the loop, and z is what? It is the point where we have to find the magnetic field, as you can see in this diagram. So if z is much greater than r, so but obvious r can be neglected. So the very first equation, with the help of that equation, we can have Pz is equal to mu naught Ir square upon 2 Z cube. Now, as we know that the area of the loop is circumference, the area of the loop, it is what? Circle. So the area of the loop is nothing but pi r square, where r is the radius, as you can see in the diagram. So if we substitute here, so it will become Bz mu naught I a square upon 2 pi z cube. Now see, area is what? Pi r square. In the above equation we are having ir square only. So what we can do, we can multiply and divide it by pi. So finally we will have mu naught I r square pi upon 2 z cube pi. Okay, so as we know that pi r square is a, so we can put, instead of writing pi r square, we can write a only. So it will become Bz is equal to mu naught I a upon 2 pi z cube when the z is much greater than r. Fine. Now put it as equation number 3. Then the magnetic moment, that is small m, of a circular loop is defined as m is equal to Ia. Now in standard 11 you have noted the analogy between the electrostatics quantities and magnostatic quantities. Now see here, magnetic dipole. Now magnetic dipole is nothing but m is equal to Ia, where a is the vector of magnitude a and the direction perpendicular to a. So using equation number 3, we can have, therefore Bz is equal to mu naught upon 2 pi. Instead of writing Ia, we can simply put it as a small m upon z cube. Now see, mu naught upon 2 pi, it is not in constant value. We are having a constant value, that is mu naught upon 4 pi is equal to 10 raised to minus 7. Now to make it mu naught upon 4 pi, we are having 2 pi here. Now to make it 4 pi, what we have to do? Yes, we have to multiply and divide it by 2. So this equation will become vector of Bz is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m vector of m upon z cube. So this is the formula for the magnetic field in a circular loop carrying a current as a magnetic dipole. So labeled is as equation number 4 here. Now why we make it as a mu naught upon 4 pi? Why not only mu naught upon 2 pi? See, it will help you to solve the numericals because we are having constant value of mu naught upon 4 pi as 10 raised to minus 7 only. You can also write mu naught's value, that is mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. Yes, so it will be quite easy. Question number 4 will be quite easy. So that's why it is mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon z cube. Now, note that vector of Bz and vector of m are in the same direction perpendicular to the plane of the loop. Now, using electrostatic analog, if you remember the formula for E, that was 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon, it was r cube, but here you can write z cube also. So this formula is already we have derived in standard 11th in electrostatics. So if you compare both the formula, yes, so you can able to see the similarities as these are the analogy of each other. So this is the final formula for a circular loop carrying a current as a magnetic dipole. Now, next to that, we are having very interesting topic, that is, but before start with this that topic, we have to take one example here so that it can be easy to see the application of the formula that we have derived here. So here I am having one example, that is, consider a closely wound 1000-turn coil having radius of 1 meter. If a current of 10 ampere passes through the coil, what will be the magnitude of the magnetic field at the center? So first of all, we have to find the magnetic field at the center. See, we have derived three formulas just now. So which formula is going to use here? So you have to see first what is to be determined here. So we have to determine here the magnitude of the magnetic field at the center. So yes, we can recall the formula, but before recalling the formula, let's see the solution. What are the data here? So here, consider a closely wound 1000-turn coil. So first of all, we are having N, capital N is equal to 1000 turns, having a radius of 1 meter, that is R is equal to 1 meter. If a current of 10 ampere, that means I is also given, so I is equal to 10 ampere. Nothing else is given, so that we have to find the magnetic field at the center. So magnetic field at the center, which formula we are going to use? Yes, B is equal to mu naught Ni upon 2R. Now we are having the value of mu naught. No, we are not having the value of mu naught, but we know that mu naught is nothing but 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. So we can substitute the value. We are having N with us, we are having I with us, we are having R with us. So simply what? We can substitute the value. So when we substituted the value, so we will have 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 into 1000 means what? 10 raised to 3 power of 3 into 10, that is I 10 ampere, upon 2 into 1, which is what? R is 1 meter. So by calculating all this, so finally we will have 2 pi into 10 raised to minus 3. Now pi itself is 3.142. So finally we will have answer as 6.28 into 10 raised to minus 3 Tesla, as we have to find the magnitude of the magnetic field. So the unit for the same will be Tesla or vapor per meter square. So we can simply write the Tesla. So this is the one of the application of the formula, as you can see. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is very interesting one.